How do you see the wider economy and the Māori economy integrating, or is the Māori economy something quite different?
They're so integrated because, you think about it, for example, Māori run farms, for example. Well, they won't just be employing Māori people, they'll be employing people from the local community. They won't just be spending their profits at Māori businesses, they'll be buying things from the local shops and the local stores. So when the Māori economy succeeds, the economy succeeds. And to me, it's that simple. But what you do see is that the distinctive accumulation of capital and the rising role of post-settlement entities has meant that I think there is a focus on long-term investments, intergenerational investments, sustainable business approaches, and I think that's been really healthy and is a really positive, input into the economy as a whole. Different ways of thinking and partnering with non-Māori, and so I think that you saw that, for example, after the International Investment Summit this year, where iwi were present alongside big international investors, and out of that came a partnership between Brookfields, the big Canadian entity.
Now, notice she said out of that event that they run. So she's made it clear that at that event they made this connection. Out of that came, and that's not true. It didn't come out of that. It was already set up.
For example, after the International Investment Summit this year, where iwi were present alongside big international investors. And out of that came a partnership between Brookfields, the big Canadian entity, and Waikato Tainui to co-invest in their logistics hub. And when you talk to the people from Brookfields about why did that make sense for you, it wasn't just about the business opportunity, it was also the shared sense of values about a long-term investment and contribution to community.
But that deal, the Brookfields deal, was well underway before the investment summit. That was purely Tainui
Good job, Matthew.
searching for their own fortunes internationally.
Yep. Well, certainly Tainui themselves, via Tuku, have acknowledged that being at the summit was important to them and forging new connections and cementing existing relationships. And we've heard that feedback pretty consistently from iwi who were at the summit, that they want those international opportunities. And equally, international investors say that to us, that they find partnering with iwi is a great way to enter into a community and understand the social context in which they're seeking to run their business.
I actually talked to Tuku yesterday, and he said that he's actually seen the Prime Minister try and claim the Brookfields deal a number of times, and he just wanted to make a point that actually they had nothing to do with it.
Well, success has many fathers, as you well know. I'm just glad.
We've been caught out here. What can we do? Divert.
They had nothing to do with it.
Well, success has many fathers, as you well know. And look, I'm just glad to see that deal up and away. And I'd love to see more deals like that, where iwi have an idea, have capital to invest. There's a gap between their ambition and the capital they have. Well, that's where an international partner can be instrumental. So if we can see more of that in the future, creating great Kiwi jobs, creating great Kiwi incomes, then that's a positive.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems to be, whether it's when this government comes out and talks about the houses being built until a reporter goes, they're all the houses that Labor sorted out and paid for, or whether it's Amazon where people go, this was announced during the Labor group, or whether it's this one where she says specifically what came from that forum is, and had to be reminded, no, that was already set up. This government seems to like taking credit for the good things that others have done, Sean.
It's interesting that you mentioned that, because at the very beginning of that interview, Mihi Forbes brings up the dire GDP numbers. And Nicola Willis says, well, hold on. At the beginning, they were good. And it's like, well, yeah, they were good from the beginning. And they were
provided those.
They were steadily improving under the last government, and that was very much an after effect. Like, you guys think you were consequential to those GDP numbers rising in 3 months? And by the way, and this goes back to what you just said, again, taking credit for the good things.
Yeah.
And you can't have it both ways. You can't say on one breath, look at the mess that Labor left us with, but hey, look, the GDP numbers were good under our watch.
Yeah.
Like, it's shameless.
Yeah.